swallowed shampoo, probably gonna die. It smelled like fruit, that was a lie. Called the number on the bottle, spoke to a guy. He said vomit, I said why? He said poison, I said goodbye. I look at my finger, I look at my life. It wasn't that much, I'll probably be fine. I swallowed shampoo, I'm probably gonna die. It smelled like fruit, that was a lie. I swallowed shampoo, probably gonna die. It smelled like fruit, that was a lie.
I got 99 problems, but gas ain't one.
Me and my broken heart, yeah.
Can you remember any of the rap that you did?
My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to
Explain the Bromance with Pedro Pascal. He's obsessed with me, and I try to get away from him, and he finds me. He finds, even when I change my number, I can't get rid of him. So it's like a disease.
Kill John Lennon! Kill John Lennon!
Oh shit, it's locked.
What are we gonna do now?
I could probably help.
Jesus?
Yeah. Hey! How's it going?
混乱するぜ。いやいや、お前も動くなよ。死ぬぞ。
Do you like how I dance? I got draconian pants.
Consequential enough to slip you into a trance.
Do you like how I walk? Do you like how I talk? Do you like how my face disintegrates into chalk? I have a wonderful wife, I have a powerful job. She criticizes me for being egocentric.
You practice your mannerisms into the wall.
If this mirror were clear, I'd be standing so tall.
Saw you slobber over clovers on the side of the hill.
I was observing the birds.
The kill. I've been you, I know you, your facade is a scam.
You know you're making me cry, this is the way that I am. I've been living a lie, a metamorphical scheme.
Detective undercover brotherhood objective obscene.
Oh no, no, oh yeah.
So I posted the summer roll recipe not thinking people would want the peanut sauce, and boy was I wrong. I kind of just eyeball this recipe at this point and taste and adjust as I go along, but you'll use about 3/4 cup of peanut butter, whether it be crunchy or smooth. I like crunchy for the texture. And then a 1/4 cup to a 1/3 cup of soy sauce, and then the same amount of rice vinegar. Then toss in a tablespoon of brown sugar or honey. I had some brown sugar on hand today. And then I like to toss in a couple tablespoons of some sort of chili oil for warmth. This is Chili Crunch. It is so delicious. If you can find it, snag it. A couple of cloves of fresh cut garlic, as well as the juice of a whole lime to help brighten up the sauce. Grate in some ginger as well. This gives this sauce a nice bite. And then we're gonna go ahead and give this a stir. At this point, I adjust to taste before adding some water to thin down the sauce. This goes great with veggie rolls, just as a dip on top of salads. I can't wait to see what you guys use it for, and enjoy.
Who do they think they are? I've given the best years of my life to this place, and they think they can just fire me like that? Like trash? I don't think so.
One time I showed you a song. You only thought that it was kinda good.
That relatable moment when our bass player starts spontaneously wailing at Ben track. You don't see U2 doing this, do you?
It has come to my attention that a lot of you are not aware that H. Jon Benjamin, aka the voice actor who plays Bob from Bob's Burgers and Archer, recorded a jazz album in which he hired an entire band of jazz musicians and he himself filled in to play jazz piano, except that he doesn't know how to play piano. It's for a whole album.
Whenever I see your smiling face, I have to smile myself because I love you.
I wish you could see that I'm a person too.
What? That's a phenomenon.
Super easy tofu recipe in China. Soft tofu, 2 eggs, green onion, salt. Gently massage with your right hand. Flatten it. Steam 10 minutes. Minced pork, a little stir fry. Ginger, garlic, soybean paste. Stir it well. Light and dark soy sauce. Liquid starch. Well mix it. Chinese mystery paste. Green onion. Done and dusted. Out of this world.
This is your man.
Yes,
Look at the screen.
that's mine. And,
And,
I'm gonna stick beside him.
that's what you're going to settle for.
I'm gonna stick beside him.
Kill John Lennon! Kill John Lennon!
About a week ago, I witnessed a moment for someone that was so embarrassing for them. I think they're probably still not sleeping well at night. I think it's one of those things that's going to haunt them years into the future, and whenever it randomly pops up in their head, they're going to literally cringe out loud. Don't worry. Scout's honor, I won't tell anyone what you did. But I will laugh about you in my own head. I will think about you in my head, and there's nothing you could do to...
Hypothetically, if you're possibly referencing a person who on the 10th of April was at a train station going up an escalator with a very big art portfolio on this said person's back and another bag on their shoulder holding a monster, and they then fall backwards down the escalator and roll, but the escalator's going up, so they don't fall to the bottom, they just kind of stay on the escalator rolling, and then eventually they kind of probably went over their head twice and then kind of just rolled horizontally like a pig at a hog roast, and then eventually they realized this isn't working, so then they just kind of threw themselves off the escalator to the bottom and then just stood back up and went back up and held on really tight like nothing really happened, and grazed their face just roughly here and here, and like on their hands a little bit, just examples. Yeah, if you're talking about that person, then I mean, I don't know them, but I think they would probably appreciate it if, you know, you didn't you know, tell anyone, please.
This next guest was not easy to get. The living legend, comedy icon, Mr. Jerry Seinfeld, everybody. Jerry Seinfeld,
I'm going thoughtin', plotting, and trotting.
Don't be going around with your butt cheeks hanging out.
Hoe life or no life.
混乱するぜ。いやいや、お前も動くなよ。死ぬぞ。
I saw this meme the other day. A friend of mine said he's 60% Italian. How does that even work? So what does this meme mean? Let's talk about it. So if we have a person who's 100% Italian and a person who's 0% Italian, they get married and they have a kid, that kid would be 50% Italian. So 50% is close to 60%, but that person would not claim to be 60% Italian. They would say, I'm 50% Italian. So if this person right here finds a wonderful 100% Italian person and they get married and they have a kid, that kid would be 75% Italian. So now we're even further away from the 60%. This is not going in the right direction. So we've already established that 50% Italian is possible. So let's have this 75% person meet a 50% Italian from a different family. They get married and they create a 62.5% Italian person. So this person might claim to be 60% Italian. They're rounding way too far. I think he would have to say 62% or 63%. I'm going to interpret this as an implied level of precision down to the nearest percentage. So let's have this 62.5% Italian meet another 50% Italian. They get married and their kid would be 56.25% Italian. And then, like I said, we've already established it's possible for someone to be 62.5%. So let's have someone who's 62.5% Italian fall in love with this person. They get married and they have a kid. That kid would be 59.375% Italian. It's just the average of these two numbers. Now we're getting really close, but once again, he would probably have to say 59%. We got to try to get it up to 60%. So now this person falls in love with another person who's 62.5% Italian. They marry each other and they have a kid. Well, this is looking impossible because this one now is going to round up to 61%. Can we ever get it to 60%? Well, it can't be a 62.5 because that's going to bring them up. So we need it to be lower than that. Let's have them meet one of these people. So this 60.9% Italian meets another 59.4% Italian. They get married and they have a kid who is a 60.15625% Italian. Now this guy, I feel like can accurately say I am 60% Italian. He is rounded to the nearest percentage. He is 60% Italian. There's our person. So this is how that would even work. How exciting.
I wish I was a dumb pop star so the words wouldn't matter to you. Am I living in illusion? I wanna run away, I feel like I'm losing control. I can only see your face when I close my eyes. Can I get a kiss? And can you make it last forever? I said I'm about to go to war, and I don't know if I'll see you again.
It is so funny to me that Star Wars fans will fight over, the quality of their aliens and which one looks better. Meanwhile, Star Trek fans will just gladly accept this alien, which is quite literally just a dog with a horn strapped to it.
Table with literally no drip and pizzazz. Table with tremendous drip and pizzazz.
I'm going thoughtin', plottin', and trottin'.
Don't be going around with your butt cheeks hanging out.
Hoe life or no life.
The game was too easy, so I did the no coin challenge.
Kill John Lennon! Kill John Lennon!
Going thoughtin', plottin', and trottin'.
Don't be going around with your butt cheeks hanging out.
Hoe life or no life.
Can we normalize this? Like, we need to normalize Lego hands. Summer 2022. Ooh, they're coming for me. They're coming for me.
Fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some. I don't think.
What the fuck was you thinking?
Bro, I hate that my neck is so long. Like, bro, watch this. And then when I get my hair twisted and it's like down or whatever, bro, it look even worse. It just looks like.
Bye, because all three of them are so fun. Deku, get the fuck.
Why, Dad? Why did you do this?
Because it's fucking funny, Kyle! It's called having a sense of humor and laughing! You should fucking try it once in a while!
This was also my reaction. Okay, cat ears do not get as much airtime as dog ears, and I did not know they were a thing, but in retrospect, of course they're a thing. Wait, just look at this. Look at this! Look at this! The way they grow so quickly is incredible. I personally love the super senior category. These guys are living well into their 90s, just loving life. At that point, usually their kidneys have shut down, but they're just still loving life.
We got two choices at the Black family function. We either got Mountain Shouting or Dr. Bob.
I'm going thoughtin', plotting, and trotting.
Don't be going around with your butt cheeks hanging out.
Hoe life or no life.
What are your favorite songs of all time?
Oh, wait, we just talked about this! We just talked about how I wish an effeminate man would come to me and ask me.
Am I the feminine man?
Yes! Before we even saw you. Like just now, like 2 seconds ago.
Wait, no, you for real.
What's the question?
What are your favorite songs of all time?
My favorite song is gonna have to be My Danish Sweetheart by Mitski.
What about you?
All I Do by Stevie Wonder.
What's your guys' outfits?
Thank you.
Oh, appreciate it. Have a good Saturday. Peace.
No Kung Fu Kitty! Everybody sing for me!
Bow, bow, bow.
It started with an alien device and what it did. It stuck itself upon his wrist with secrets that it hid. Now he's got superpowers, he's no ordinary kid, he's Ben 10. Turn up, so if you see him, you might be in for a big surprise. He'll turn into an alien before your very eyes. He's slimy, creepy, fast and strong, he's every shape and size, he's Ben 10. Armed with the power, he's on the case, fighting all the evil from Earth or space. He'll never stop till he makes them pay, cause he's the baddest kid to ever save the day. He's Ben 10. He's Ben 10. Oh, he's Ben 10.
I feel like I'm going crazy, because I've never seen anyone talk about this, but in Harry Potter, the most powerful spell, the one that kills people, is called Avada Kedavra. And that is so goddamn close to abracadabra, it's kind of silly. That can't be an accident. She just called the worst spell abracadabra.
No, little unionist boy, don't go into the dairy section in Tesco. Go on, fuck up, it's pronounced London dairy section, dickhead. That was a bit rude.
Ladies, please.
Today is the 23rd anniversary of an important day in my life. 23 years ago today, I told my boss at the magazine where I was a data entrist that if you died at the age of 45, nobody could say you died young, only that your death was untimely because you were 45, which isn't young. 23 years later, I am 44 years old, 6 months left before my death would merely be untimely.
Depending on how you use sugar, you can get different textures of caramel. For a sauce, heat sugar, corn syrup, and water to an amber color before adding warmed cream and butter and finishing it off with salt. For chewy caramels, also include sweetened condensed milk and stir continuously until the mixture reaches 240 degrees Fahrenheit. And for brittle, when the sugar starts to caramelize, add peanuts and wait until it reaches an amber color. Then finish with baking soda and watch the mixture foam up for a crisp and airy texture.
I'll just put this over here with the rest of the fire. Ray, he's kicked the ball. And the ball's over there. That man has it now. That's an interesting development. Maybe he'll kick the ball. He has indeed, and apparently that deserves a round of applause. Women, eh? What are they? Who knows? Don't do this. Can't live with them, can't find them, sometimes. What's going on in their little heads? Don't ask me. I'm not a flippin' women's psychiatrist. But I have learned one or two things. From conversations with my... I may be able to get an iPhone without giving any money to Apple. Men, eh? What are they like with their bawdy talk and roughhousing and their wandering hands and breath in the morning? It's a robot. Never seen one in the wild before. Where'd you come from, fella? Huh? Where'd you come from? Can we keep him right? I might be weird. Here's all I've got. That and a sweet style.
混乱するぜ。いやいや、お前もいいかな。